Hi, I'm Jason Sullivan of Rathbone Group, and I'm here at the NASP conference with Nick Juhl of Lovik and Juhl. Nick, thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely, no problem, Jason.
Nick is with us because he presented on tree falling cases, and I thought this would be a great topic for our video series. It's an important thing that comes up. So what are those things you have to show that a tree owner should be liable if a tree falls down?
All right, so the standard of care is going to be a lot like it is for a negligent case, where your standard of care is going to be what the tree owner, the property owner where the tree is, knew or should have known. And it's sort of on a sliding scale where in the more rural areas, less knowledge is required, where if you're in a heavy urban population center, that is going to be a more heightened standard of care.
Gotcha. So if you're in a city, the owner's probably going to have a higher duty to make sure their trees aren't falling on their neighbor's house or on their cars or on their property.
Exactly.
And what are some of the ways that you figure out that tree, the owner should have known it was a danger to the rest of the community?
Well, and that can be difficult because a lot of the failures come from within the tree, but you're looking for what we call the 4Ds. So damage to the tree, disease to the tree, deranged, which is sort of a malformed tree. And last, and the most obvious should be when that tree is dead, then that's going to be a really red flag that it needs to be removed.
Right. I mean, I can imagine the dead tree where there are no leaves on it. It's pretty obvious that there's no life in that tree and it's a danger. But what would be some tips in order to determine that maybe the tree that's not obviously dead, but the owner should have known that there was an issue with the tree?
Yeah, a lot of it's going to be these sort of gross looking tumors growing out of the bark, a lot of tree sap running down the side of the bark, where the canopy is uneven. So you've got nice green around the bottom, but at the top it's dying. It's in tree cases we say sometimes they're partially dead, which doesn't make a lot of sense. You're either dead or you're not in a lot of senses, but in a tree case they can sort of slowly die, and so portions of that tree canopy will already be dead.
Have you had experience then needing an expert to determine that the tree was dead or the owner should have known?
Absolutely. So with any tree cases, it's really going to be important for the adjuster to be on the scene and capturing as much information as they can on that first date, because when a tree falls in someone's house, it's not going to stay there very long. You're going to have crews coming in and removing it right away. And so getting an arboricultural expert is going to be key, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to tell you what sort of disease, identify if this was a tree that was prone to failure or not.
Certainly, and then that can show that the owner should have known.
Yep.
Well, Nick, your presentation was great. You did a great job. Again, I'm Jason Sullivan of Rathbone Group, and this is Nick Juhl of Lovik and Juhl, and that's the long and short of it.